Hey everyone, good afternoon. I want to get right into it with you today because there's a lot going on in the world. I'm here in DC. We just reopened from the pandemic yesterday. It was pretty wild just seeing people eating at restaurants and laying out in the parks without getting escorted away. Just one of those jarring experiences, but kind of following all of that just as we're reopening or trying to figure out what coming back feels and looks like. Um, the the riots, the protests, the outrage going on right now, the necessary conversations about race that are uncomfortable, the blame, the anger, the sadness. Um, it feels so jarring. It feels like, this is a time where we should be trying to seek a new path, and then all of a sudden this incident in Minnesota, and this isn't the first, this is in a long line, but this has really sparked something in everyone, and emotionally we're just all over the place. I'm all over the place. And one of the things I've been trying to control how I feel, or try to attach myself to a certain thought or think about action, and I'm gonna come out with some videos on on race and these conversations that have been going on because I think they're important. But there's a larger trend here going on within each of us, which is this feeling of being so scattered, just emotionally ping-ponging. And what I want to say to all of you, because this has been so helpful to me to realize, is to allow yourself to be scattered. Allow yourself to feel all over the place. Because that's what you are. You are, at the very scientific level, atoms, quantum particles, spinning so fast we look solid, everything looks so solid. We are scattered all over the place. That's our reality. So the fact that our thoughts and our emotions are bouncing all over the place, that's okay. That's okay, let that happen. Allow yourself to feel the way you need to feel, even if it's contradictory to what you felt 7 seconds before. And when talking with friends. And if you're expressing yourself and you lose your train of thought or something comes out awkward or wrong, it's okay, let it talk. Let the confusion, let the disorientation talk, because this is what's going on in the world is chaos, and it's always been chaotic, but we're now in alignment with our internal chaos. We had structures, we had inner discipline with what we thought was going on, what was right. The outer world is a manifestation of our inner world. So this is a time for discovery, exploration, obliterating old patterns. And so what I want us to think about is as a movement, as a younger generation, those of us, in 30s and lower, how are we going to craft an order that's different from the one we inherited from our parents and our grandparents, and the generations that tried their best, but still clearly created a world that's wanting and has conditioned us in ways that are wanting. So let's take this chaos, let's take this unease, allow this scattering to occur internally, and now let's channel it, let's focus it. So this is a video where I just want to guide us through a simple process. This has been helpful for me. I hope this is helpful for you. I want you to close your eyes. Imagine the world as you want it to be, how you want to be, how you want to think, how you want to feel, the job you want to have, the existence for you that brings you utmost joy of every second of every day. What does that look like, sound like, taste like, sound like? Now imagine your country. What does it look like to be a truly equal society? To be a place where everyone's treated with respect, where we're curious and non-judgmental, where we accept challenge, accept criticism, knowing it comes from a good place to do better. That continuous transformation is the only thing we do as human beings, that is our path. Imagine that. What does that world look like? What does it sound like? What does it smell like to you? What does it feel like to live in that country, in that world? Now open your eyes. We daydream, we create a vision of the future that is brighter than before because it is possible, because we are creators, and as a younger generation, it is in our hands. The blockage, yes, there are constraints and restraints, social rules, institutional blockages, corrupt systems of power that keep us all down, yes. But there's some internal blockages that we can control. And while we gotta fight those too, we gotta fight the external constraints, there are these internal barriers that we can deal with right now. So how do we get there? How do we get to that daydream? Make it a reality. Start in our own small corners of the world. Truth is, we can't transform society on our own or even amongst our friends. But that's not the ask. We daydream so that we may do what we must, what is necessary, with the utmost involvement, intensity, and energy in our small corners of the world, in our apartment buildings, in our homes, within our families, in our neighborhoods, in our small businesses, in our big businesses, on our teams, with our siblings, with people who are in the same clubs and activities and the people we see every day. That's where this happens. That's the path. We're not going out looking for paths on change. We're already on it, so let's do it. Wherever you are right now, focus on transforming your small corner of the world to be the locus, the example of that vision you just cast. Speak your truth, speak it confidently, speak it with compassion towards others. Speak it with humility, knowing that we don't have all the answers, but we're doing our best to vocalize what we feel and that we're going in the right direction. So I want to leave you with that. Feel scattered, it's okay. It's okay to be in chaos. But let's hold that vision high. Let's chart a path within our own small corners of the world. We can do that. We have immense power to do that. And what I'm hoping to do for those who watch these videos is provide some experiences and some tools and some paths to get there that have been helpful for me, I think can be helpful for you, and we'll learn from each other to make this world and our small corners of it the most beautiful, graceful, righteous, and equal, loving places they can be. Blessings.